Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon where I'll be talking about the movies, obviously, TV show, merchandising, I don't know, whatever the case may be. If it's related to Disney in any shape or form, then yes, of course, I'll be talking about. So here we are, I reckon. Alright, I'm be doing one of these kinds of videos, which I haven't done in a good minute. So yeah, this is gonna be regarding of a lost cinema kind of a thing. Yes, specifically filmmaking, of course. And as I mentioned before in my uh, lost cinema series of videos, is that even if you found a way to get into the film industry, that in itself doesn't necessarily mean you're out the woods. Yes, of course, it doesn't mean that your film can't be made. It make it incredibly difficult. For better or for worse, this does happen. Of course, maybe because of creative differences, maybe because of budget problems, and maybe aside from maybe budgetary issues, maybe no one can really meet eye to eye, or maybe the crew keeps changing, or maybe the director keeps changing, maybe too many script rewrite. There's a truck ton, there's like a whole plethora of problems that could potentially get in the way, and I do mean a lot. So, unfortunately, this is a part of the film industry. It happens more often than you think, folks. And this is, of course, regards of Barbie. Yeah, I'm doing this again. And while technically Disney didn't make Barbie, but she did feature in some of. She was in some other features, I guess. This one specifically, I guess it's a princess themed kind of a thing going on here. And yes, Barbie herself was in quite a few Barbie princess themed movies before. Of course, quite often she was actually in one of these kind of titles, of course. So this won't be much of a stretch. Usually, this type of stuff are based upon maybe old stories or whatnot. Disney has made a lot of princess themed movies as well, and then top of that, yes, Montel and Disney had cooperated quite a few times in the past. So there you go, I reckon. However, the thing is that in regards of this specifically, yes, it was going to be an animated movie, of course, from the early 2000s. And I felt like there was this Mexican doll type of thing with that actual name. So I reckon that she was going to be the main character, I suppose. Yeah, this doll actually does exist. This doll was actually made, really. When you think about it, yeah, this is an actual doll that was made. So, if I had to take a good swing at this movie, this proposed movie, was probably going to be taking place in Mexico. What time period? I'm not quite sure, really. Maybe, of course, maybe way before technology came over, of course, like computers, laptops, and all that jazz. So, probably in some royal palace kind of a thing, castle, royal balls, and all that, but just have it in a like hundreds and hundreds of years before in this day and age. If I had to take a good swing at this, of course, when it comes to this kind of a thing. So, by the looks of it, the title of the movie was basically referring to the titled character, like she was gonna be the main character here, of course, which isn't really that much surprising, really, because when it comes to the doll line, Montel was really attempting to have a diverse cast of dolls to reach as many people as they could. So yes, there was a variety of different Barbie dolls that was made to reach as many people as they can. So having this is not much of a stretch, really, when you think about it. So this does seem like they're actually going the same route, but have it be done in one of their movies. So I guess that would make sense, considering all things considered, of course. And the doll I just showed you, by the way, that was released in '96. Yeah, this doll I just got to show you a moment ago, that was released all the way in '96. So the doll itself was quite old. So I'm guessing this proposed movie, was going to be centered around this doll as a way again to sort diversity, I suppose. It's also a limited edition doll, so yes, of course, collectors will be happy to actually get this in a sealed box. Quite obviously, it's a real collectible doll from from what I heard. So I'm guessing not that many was actually produced, really. So in terms of plot, what this animated movie was going to be about, I couldn't really tell you really, folks. By the looks of it, it didn't really go too much that it's possible it was just a concept kind of a thing, or probably it was canceled really. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of reliable sources mentioning this specific title. So in some ways, that's kind of why I was just making this video fairly short. There's not a whole lot of information I was able to find really at all. So if anything, it's just a concept they thought of probably for a canceled title. So unfortunately, there's not even a script that was written at all. No concept art, nothing. It was just the doll itself. That's it. All I was able to find is just the doll. Nothing. I guess this went nowhere beyond the pre-planning stage. Assuming he actually went that far, and by the looks of it, barely of anything to be had here, unfortunately. So instead, I guess there was like a replacement project that was actually made, and that replacement project was yeah, it was this one, folks. It was released in the same year as the other Barbie movie was supposed to have been released, and it was actually really well received, actually. And a lot of people seem to really enjoy that one Barbie movie as well. And yes, of course, as you can guess yourself, obviously, yes, there was definitely plenty of toys relating to that Barbie film as well. And I know what a shocker, right? And these dolls actually sold quite well, of course. So I guess it was not a complete loss, really, come to think about it, but there you go. Yeah, this animated feature was heavily praised, of course. Yeah, this one is the one where she switched spots with somebody else. So there was that, I reckon. And yes, I've seen this movie before. It was actually quite good, actually. And there was that. So, okay. Like I said, folks, I know there's not a whole lot I was actually stated here. So that's kind of a big part as to why I was trying to keep this fairly short. And yeah, that's all I can really say, really, at the end of the day. And will this been good? Probably, maybe. And this would have been made in the early 2000s with that uncanny animation kind of a thing. Still would have been interesting to see, though. Still would have been, I guess, kind of interesting to see if done, right? Missed opportunity, if you ask me. Kind of sad, though. Anyway, thanks for watching. See ya. Until next time. Oh, yeah. Later.